Hello there to all my subscribers and viewers. I'm Sci-fi SithDan, and today I'm going to be doing a remake of my old Star Wars Top 10 Sith Lords in the Star Wars Universe videos. Before I begin, I'd like to say a disclaimer. This will take information from Star Wars Legends, or the EU Universe for short. Sorry to all the Disney canon Star Wars fans. Plus, this video will have a bias. With that out of the way, let us begin. Starting off with Darth Malgus, a powerful Sith Lord and military general of the newly reborn Sith Empire during the Old Republic era, roughly 3,600 years before A New Hope. Many Star Wars fans would consider him a Darth Vader type of character in the Old Republic. He led many successful military campaigns during the Great War between the Sith Empire and the Old Republic, killing many notable Jedi in his era. He is considered to be one of the most powerful Sith Lords of his day. He had a Twi'lek wife that he loved very dearly, but he was forced to kill her to not let his enemies use her against him. After he was forced to kill her, he still loved her and used her death and pain of her loss to fuel his power in the dark side and became even more powerful. Next we have Darth Marek, who was once a Jedi Knight and fought in the Mandalorian Wars before he became a Sith Lord. He was the Sith apprentice to Darth Revan, who was his master. Malak betrayed his master after seeing an opportunity to take up the mantle of Dark Lord of the Sith. He was a cunning strategist, but not as good as his master, Darth Revan, and led Darth Revan's former empire after his presumed death during the Jedi Civil War. He achieved many successful campaigns on his own and nearly finished what both he and Darth Revan originally planned out for their Sith Empire. However, he was unable to finish his plans and was killed by his former master, now redeemed Jedi Knight, Darth Revan, who saved the Galactic Republic. Next we have Darth Revan, who was once a Jedi Master and fought in the Mandalorian Wars. In order to win the war, he had to use the same brutal strategies and military campaigns to defeat the Mandalorians as they did, which led him towards the dark side. In the aftermath of the war, both he and Malak pursued the remnants of the Mandalorian forces until they reached the Sith Empire reborn. Upon confronting the ancient Sith Emperor that manipulated both of them through thoughts and promises of power, ultimately corrupted them to the dark side, with Darth Revan becoming the Dark Lord of the Sith and with Darth Malak being his apprentice. They were sent back to the wider galaxy to make way for the return of the Sith Empire by finding the Starforge, an ancient Rakata space station that could produce unlimited amounts of ships and droids if they wanted to. However, after discovering the Starforge, both he and Malak had their own plans and decided to betray the ancient Sith Emperor and the newly reborn Sith Empire for their own vision of their own Sith Empire. Both he and Malak started the Jedi Civil War and waged war on the Galactic Republic. Darth Revan proved that he was a brilliant strategist and a cunning warrior, able to outwit and outmaneuver most of his opponents. However, sadly, he was betrayed by his Sith apprentice, Darth Malak. Next we have Darth Caedus, a figure from the post-Return of the Jedi era. Born Jacen Solo, he grew up upon learning of his grandfather, Anakin Skywalker, who was Darth Vader, and how he fell to the dark side, and became fascinated by him and wanted to become something similar to him. His fascination led him to the Lady of the Sith, Lumaya, who took up the mantle of Dark Lord of the Sith after the deaths of Darth Sidious and Vader. She promised to show him the secrets of the dark side. However, in order to do that, he had to become her apprentice, to which he did, becoming Darth Caedus. After Lumaya was killed by Luke Skywalker, he inherited the title Dark Lord of the Sith and had aspirations of galactic domination. He was the mastermind behind the Second Galactic Civil War and the one that initiated the conflict. He was ultimately killed by his sister, Jaina Solo. Next we have the Dark Lady of the Sith, Lumaya. She was a promising and loyal student and a force sensitive during the Galactic Empire era at the Academy of Corellia, and later joined the ranks of the Empire's hands. She was eventually seduced by the dark side and trained under the Sith Darth Vader. She is a very skillful manipulator and able to manipulate events to suit her own needs and use them to her advantage. After the fall of the Galactic Empire and the New Republic era, where she attempts in secret to rebuild the new Sith Order, she seduced Jason Solo, Han Solo's son, to the dark side. She becomes his master, guiding him to become a Sith Lord known as Darth Caedus. However, her plans ultimately failed and she was killed by Luke Skywalker, where he thought that she murdered his wife, Mara J. Skywalker, to which she accepted in order to strike back at Luke Skywalker. Next, we have the Dark Lord Naga Sadow, an ancient Sith Lord from the old Sith Empire's Golden Age. He was known for his mastery of Sith alchemy and his ambitious expansion of the Sith Empire's reach in the ancient times. Sadow's actions initiated the Great Hyperspace War, but he was ultimately defeated and entombed on the moon of Yavin 4 until he was set free, to which he was eventually. However, his rescuer was a fallen Jedi who he fully turned to the dark side and became his apprentice, betrayed him, and destroyed him. Next, we have Darth Nihilus, is a figure of immense power and tragedy. After the destruction of his homeworld, Malachor V, he became a wound in the Force, seeking to consume all life. His own physical body was consumed by the dark side and became something like a physical mist form. His insatiable hunger led him to the devastation of entire worlds until he was ultimately defeated by an unknown Jedi. Next, we have the Sith Lord Exar Kun, another Jedi who turned to the dark side, driven by his own thirst for greater power. He became a Sith Lord and led a rebellion against the Jedi Order, creating his own Sith Empire. However, Exar Kun's arrogance led to his own downfall, and he was defeated by the combined efforts of the Jedi Order. Next, we have Darth Bane, who was a prevalent figure in Sith history, known for his creation of the Rule of Two. He was the Sith Lord that destroyed Khan's Brotherhood of Darkness, since it was a very flawed and corrupt organization. Plus, he thought it did not live up to his vision of what a Sith should be. He believed that there should only be two Sith Lords, one master who embodied the power of the dark side, and an apprentice who created the power, so that the Sith could achieve their full potential. Bane's actions reshaped the Sith Order, in ensuring it survived for a millennia. Next, we have Darth Vader, one of the most iconic figures in the Star Wars universe. Once Anakin Skywalker, he fell to the dark side and became the enforcer of the Galactic Empire. He became an expert and efficient Jedi hunter and killed dozens of Jedi. He is as well one of the most powerful and influential figures in the Galactic Empire, becoming the supreme commander of all military forces within the Galactic Empire when it came to military matters. He has trained a Sith apprentice, Galen Merrick, or Starkiller, without his master's permission to overthrow him, to which failed. He as well trained several other Sith apprentices alongside his master, like Lumaya, Advost, Tai, and several others. He is as well my personal favorite Star Wars character and Sith Lord. Next, we have Emperor Vitiate, also known as Darth Vitiate. Darth Vitiate was an ancient Sith Lord who reigned for over 1,000 years. He was a master of Sith sorcery and sought to consume all life in the galaxy. His actions led to the Sith Empire's return and the events of the Great Galactic War. Next, we have Darth Plagueis, also known as Darth Sidious's master. Darth Plagueis was a Sith Lord who divulged into the secrets of immortality of the dark side. He was a master manipulator and played a key role in the rise of the Galactic Empire. Plagueis' experiments with midi-chlorians ultimately led to his own demise at the hands of Darth Sidious. Next, we have Darth Sidious, also known as Emperor Palpatine. He was the mastermind behind the rise of the Empire. Sidious' manipulations of the political landscape led to the fall of the Jedi Order and the establishment of the Galactic Empire. He was a master of the dark side and nearly succeeded in his quest for ultimate power. He trained several Sith apprentices like Darth Maul, Count Dooku, and finally Darth Vader, just to name some. Finally on the list we have Darth Krayt. Darth Krayt was a Sith Lord from the Legacy era of Star Wars. He was a survivor of the Jedi Purge, who later turned to the dark side and became a very powerful Sith Lord, arguably rivaling or being more powerful than Darth Sidious. He, like all Sith before him, established his own Sith Empire. Krayt's reign was marked by his efforts to bring order to the galaxy. His methods were ruthlessly and led to conflicts with other Sith, as well, nearly wiping out the Jedi Order of his day, but was killed by a descendant of Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight Jade Skywalker. In conclusion, the Star Wars Legends universe is filled with memorable Sith Lords, each with their own unique stories and legacies. From the ancient Sith of the Golden Age to modern Sith of the Legacy era, these characters left an indelible mark on the Star Wars saga. If any of you would like to go for further information, check out the Star Wars Legacy books or check out the Star Wars fandom website. I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to all my subscribers for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the universe of sci-fi wonders.